Hello, you Mayhem Makers. I'm Mindy with Quilting Mayhem, and welcome back to another Kona block of the month. We're moving on to month 10, October. We're getting so close to the end. But of course, as we always start out, half square triangles. So, you know, might as well just be consistent, right? Keeps it easy for you, right? Hopefully the blocks have been going well. Now, remember, we're doing that diagonal line on your background, your light color fabric, whatever works. Put them right sides together, and then you're going to stitch those two lines, 1/4 inch from either side of that drawn line. Cut it apart, press it. You have half square triangles. And then as you get into step 2, there's also more half square triangles. They're just smaller. They're just little cute ones, and they're all a variety, of course, of grays and the black. So go make a whole bunch of half square triangles, and then we're going to move on to step 3. This is where it starts to get tricky. I do like this block because it definitely has a more complicated look. It's a little more going on, but still not super complicated. You'll get it. Don't you worry. All right. So then step 3, 4, and 5 are the same construction-wise. They're just different fabrics. So that's the only reason why they're separated out in the 3 different steps is because they want to keep your fabric colors together. So what's going to happen is you will have your half square triangles, and then you will have 2 regular triangles, and then a bigger background color triangle to put together. And so what I'm going to do is switch the camera in just a second, but I have it done. I love when I can work ahead. So it will look like this when it's done, but I'll flip this camera around so we can lay it out so you can see construction-wise how to get from this to this. All right, so let's move that camera around. Hold on. All right, so half square triangle, 2 separate triangles, and then your background. We're just going to take one of these and sew it here and press it, and then we'll come over here and do this one. So I'll show you step by step. And remember, make sure you're trimming those half square triangles or things are going to turn out wonky, especially if you're following my cutting directions, because I am having you cut bigger so that you can trim so you're more accurate here. So make sure you are doing that step. But for right now, we're going to place this on top, line it up like that. You will have these little dog ears, that's what those are called, sticking out, and you want that. They should be about 1/4 inch on either side, and we're going to sew our 1/4 inch seam down this side. So I will be right back. So it should look like this, and you're going to have that little extra. If that bothers you when you go to put this other piece on, you can just take your cutter, you can take scissors, and just cut that little dog ear off. You'll end up with a whole bunch of them all over your sewing room. So then we're going to take this other one and do the same thing. So we're going to line up this 90-degree corner, sew a 1/4 inch, and then press it. Now, I do press my seams open. This, as I always tell you, is absolute personal preference, all right? You can press one way or the other. Just make sure that as you're pressing, you're going away from matching seams, those kinds of things. Because then what we're going to do next is this. So generally we say press to the dark side if you're doing one direction. Otherwise, you can press open, purely up to you. I'll be right back. All right, so once again, you have a dog ear. You can trim that off. And you should have your 1/4 inch seam allowance from the point of here to here so that you don't cut off this tip. So you do want to have this excess, so don't freak out. All right, and then we're just going to take the white, we're going to put it on top. We're going to do our 1/4 inch seam this way, and then it will look like that guy. Isn't that pretty? All right, and then you're just going to repeat for the other 2 color layouts. So the next one, same thing. Put that for reference. Make sure you lay out before you sew. Very important, so you make sure you get your color triangles where they belong. But you'll do the same thing. Here, and then here, and then here. We'll get you that. And then the last one, you have that one, where you have that, that, and that. All right, so make all those pieces and then we'll move on to step 6. So make sure you're measuring your blocks, that they're all measuring the way they should. If you have any problems, as you know, you can reach out to me. But hopefully everything should be lining up nice and pretty as long as you're doing all your trimming. All right, so you're going to have your 4 different squares. Lay them out per the diagram. So this is that corner and these are going to make that fun star. All right. And then, of course, start putting your blocks together. So put these together and these together, 1/4 inch seam allowance. So they start to look like that and like that. Then you'll take these 2 rows. Make sure you pin this center so that it matches. And you want to pin right here where it meets up. And then make sure your beginning and your end match. Do your 1/4 inch there. So then it will look like this, right? Get this craziness out of the way. All right, so you can see this. Isn't that pretty? And then what will happen is as you get these units together, you're going to start, let's go back a ways, looking like this. And start putting these units together. Make sure you pin where this meets. So you're going to have 2 sets of this. That will then become the final block. So I'll be right back. All right, everybody. Look how beautiful that block is. I think it's stunning. So, get them going, get them done. If you have questions, make sure you reach out. You can email info@Quilting Mayhem. You can call us at the store, or if you're local, come see us. And I will gladly help you get through any sticking points you have with this block. There is a lot going on, so let me know. Otherwise, show those blocks when you get them done. I love seeing your progress. Make sure that you are liking and subscribing us on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, all of them. Follow along. That way you keep up with all the latest and greatest that is going on with us. And I hope you have a lovely day. Keep on stitching.